you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, and welcome to the Gridiron. And before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been watching my videos. I greatly appreciate it. If you give this video a thumbs up, or maybe leave a comment below, or maybe share the video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out the video. Thank you. Well, once again, guys, as the Giants turn, miss a day, you miss a lot. All kinds of stuff going on. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the 53 roster, like, every day changes. The practice squad changes every day. The guys on the IR change every day. It's simply amazing. Absolutely amazing. One thing that was of note, a couple things that was of note in the practice, or shall I say yesterday, Thursday's practice, was some good things and a couple of bad things. We'll start off with one of the bad things. All right, Andrew Thomas. Okay, he didn't take any snaps. All right, with the O-line. Didn't take any snaps or didn't do any drills at all at the opening portion of Thursday's practice. Okay, so Nate Solder and Matt Parrott did. All right, got to see what's going on with this one. Rob Sale, okay, was just kind of going over some things that Andrew was doing wrong, and he was even saying Andrew will agree with you. Rob Sale said that Thomas, he said he's not setting deep enough. Okay, he said he's throwing his hips behind, and he's not punching, and he's not sliding his feet in transition. He said he has to give him he's gonna have to give him some drills to do. All right, to start working on that. Hopefully he'll start getting better. Now the one thing is, I mean, it's because he came out of Georgia, he was being coached apparently one way. Then he comes to the Giants in his first year, and Colombo's teaching him apparently a different way. And there was one point last year, I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was the coach from Georgia or the offensive line coach from Georgia. It was I don't even recognize who that guy is. He was watching, Andrew Thomas. I don't know if he was watching, some stuff from the Giants practice or stuff maybe he was doing during a game or preseason or something like that. But he was watching some film of Andrew Thomas when he was playing for the Giants. And he's like, man, I don't even know who that guy is. I mean, because apparently everything that he was taught apparently in Georgia, which made him the number 4 overall selection. Okay, all his techniques. Out of all of them, but apparently it seemed like a lot of them got changed with Colombo. All right, so maybe that's why he was kind of struggling last year. Who knows? So now this year, it's going to be his 3rd year in a row. I mean, he's taught one way at Georgia. 2019, 2020, he's taught another way by another Giants offensive line coach. Now it's 2021, he has another offensive line coach. So it's he's getting taught differently, I guess. So hopefully Rob Sale can work with him and get him to get a little bit better. Practice, as they say. Now the thing is this, why isn't he, partaking with the first string offense? Okay, is it a load management? Is he maybe a little injured? I mean, I don't quite know. Because he had the operation, something a little sore, and they're just trying to, load management wise, is something sore and it's kind of getting aggravated, and they're just trying to, hopefully, make it get better. Is he being demoted? I mean, is he being punished? Is he, go sit in the corner, for a couple of days, we'll let you back out, and if you learned your lesson, maybe we'll put you back on the field. I'll have to wait and see. It's just one of the things. It's just so frustrating, because it's Andrew Thomas is 22, Eric Flowers is 27. All right, we drafted in the top 10. We drafted 2 tackles, all right, recently. All right, we should have our tackles. We shouldn't even be thinking tackle. Right? And the only thing tackle we should be thinking is on the defense. The guy's got to go and make a tackle. That's the only time the word tackle should come up in the Giants vocabulary. I mean, Eric Flowers is 27. God willing, he could play another 4, 5, 6 years, whatever, 7 years, who knows, right? Andrew Thomas is 22. I mean, we got 10 years, maybe, injury free, of course, and all that, but 10, 11, 12 years, we got our tackles. I mean, it's just that we're not even talking tackle, you know what I mean? But here we are, 2 top 10 picks, tackles, and we're still talking tackles. You got to hit on those draft picks. I mean, and I'm not saying Andrew Thomas is a bust. I'm not saying he can't, get out of this funk or whatever he's in. I'm not going to say he's not going to turn out to be a nice tackle or nothing like that. But, you get somebody, number 4 overall. You kind of take him, plop him down there, and pull his and just let him go. You know what I mean? And, he might, if he's number 4. A little cleaning up on this technique, a little cleaning up on that technique, but for the most part, number 4 overall. Shouldn't need this much cleaning up. You know what I mean? It's just so damn frustrating. It was the same thing with Eric Flowers. I mean, you just bring him in, he has a couple bad games, always this and blah, 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 and that, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 games go by, and he's still working on it. I mean, at least he was, thankfully, Andrew Thomas was doing better last year toward the end of the season, in the beginning, and I understand he was injured too. Okay, so, so hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, hopefully he can get out of this funk he's in, but boy, I tell you what, it's sure very, very frustrating. We should have our 2 tackles right now. And Daniel Jones should look like the Statue of Liberty standing back there. Just like this. Somebody will get open sooner or later, Anyway, all right, we did sign another offensive lineman, shocking as that might be. All right, he was let go from the Dolphins. Was Matt Skura, okay. He spent 4 years with the Ravens, okay, and then he went with the Dolphins, and he played a significant amount of snaps with the Dolphins in the preseason, but they let him go. He's a center, all right. Now he's on the practice squad, okay. He came from Duke. All right, and he did overlap with Daniel Jones. All right, they didn't really play together. Okay, but they did actually overlap. So I mean, you got an offensive lineman from Duke. I mean, who actually made it in the NFL. I mean, he must be pretty decent. Or at least one point he had to be pretty decent. I mean, because you're not getting offensive linemen from Duke in the NFL very often. I can tell you that much, right? In 2015. At Skura, he was with, it was his last year with Duke. He was a senior. Daniel Jones in 2015 was a redshirt freshman. All right, so, so they didn't really play together, but they were both on the team together in 2015. All right. As I say, he spent 4 years with the Ravens, and he was recently cut by Miami. But I'm asking, I don't know, like this preseason, I mean, he said he had a pass blocking grade of 84.0, according to Pro Football Focus, all right, which was 5th among all centers. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe his run blocking grade was absolutely unbelievably horrible. I don't know. But, I mean, his last year in Duke, 2015, when he was a senior and Daniel Jones was a redshirt freshman, his Pro Football Focus, he graded out for Duke, okay, 92.2. I mean, that's like, you're like, the lowest of the low, and you're playing everybody, almost all teams you're playing are better than you. and he graded out at 92.2. That's pretty darn good. All right, he was his pass block in 2015. All right, Pro Football Focus pass blocking grade, all right, was an 83.4. His run blocking grade, all right, 2015 according to Pro Football Focus was a 93.3. I mean, that's unbelievable for a center from Duke. So he didn't want to. Yeah, it's hard to say exactly what happened along the line because once he came to the pros, his numbers weren't as good. In 2017 with the Ravens, okay, he wanted to be like a right guard. All right, and his grade from Pro Football Focus was 53.4. 2018, his Pro Football Focus grade, he was a center. In 2018, was a 60.9. Okay. 2019, all right, he was a center for the Ravens. His graded out as 68.7. So that's not too bad at all. All right. To 2020, he was a center for the Ravens, and he graded out of 49.1. Okay. He's 28. 6'3", 313 pounds. All right, so at 315, 313, he's a nice size guy. All right. Now he did have in 2019, he did have a knee injury. Okay, maybe that's what affected him in 2020. I don't know. I mean, also there was a game in 2020. He had 3 bad snaps. Apparently against the game when they played the Patriots, and the Ravens wound up losing that game, 23-17. So. I don't know. Go figure. I mean, he's a center, and all of a sudden he has bad problems with snaps. Well, I'll have to wait and see. But anyway, he's on the practice squad. We'll have to wait and see what can be done with him. It's just so weird, though, is that everybody we keep bringing in, the 3 guys, offensive linemen, we got in here, okay, we're all like interior offensive linemen. All right, we got there's Jackson Barton is on the practice squad. He's like pretty much like the only other offensive tackle we have. We got Peart, Solder, Thomas. All right, and then we got Jackson Barton. All right, everybody else is like an interior offensive lineman. So I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's like as I said, it's like as the Giants turn. I mean, the guys going from the team to injury reserve to letting them go, bringing them back. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. On the brighter side of life, okay, there was a Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay sighting. I mean, both guys a sighting on the field at the same time. Whew. Miracles, yes, miracles do happen, guys. Wow. They were together on a practice field in full pads for the first time ever together. All right. There was a video I saw. I forgot which reporter did it, but I guess it was maybe with his phone or something like that. He was showing some videos of guys running pass patterns. I saw a video of Kadarius Toney running pass patterns. Saquon Barkley, although of course I think he had a wheel route. I think out of the backfield. By the time he got the ball, he was in the end zone and he dropped the ball. Didn't look very pretty, but you know, it is what it is. But I mean, it was a video of Kenny Golladay catching a couple passes, Kyle Rudolph catching a pass. They were all running patterns and all. I mean, they weren't going up against a defense. They were just out there running patterns. But boy, it was a nice sight to see. John Ross still isn't out there, obviously, but he's on the IR. But the only exception, okay, that there was no Evan Engram out there. All right, Joe Judge was talking about Evan Engram, and he said that it's kind of like a day-by-day kind of thing, and he said they're not going to make any decision on him. But probably won't be till like next week sometime, the week of coming up to the first game of the season. He said he probably wouldn't be on Monday either, so he's going to give him some time to see how he reacts and all and everything, and it's just going to be a wait and see kind of thing. But at least there's no guarantee, obviously, he's going to play. But if you got Caden Smith and you got Kyle Rudolph out there, okay, at least you do got 2 tight ends, which is nice. But also, he hasn't ruled out Evan Engram now either. If it was that bad, he'd be on IR or the PUP list probably or something like that. And, you would definitely know. So there's a possibility. And even if he doesn't wind up playing in the first game, I mean, if it's not that horrible, maybe we'll see him in week 2. All right, you keep your fingers crossed. All right, wait and see. But just to see Saquon out there on the field with Kenny Golladay at the same time, oh yeah, yes. So there was Kyle Rudolph out there, Saquon was out there, Kenny Golladay out there, Kadarius Toney was out there, and Sterling Shepard out there. So if you got those 5 guys, yes, that'd be nice. And then the Giants, they waived 3 players, okay, they're off the IR, okay, they gave them some injury settlements, okay, wide receiver Alex Bachman, they waived him, gave him an injury settlement. You're not going to know what the settlement is, but tight end Cole Hikutini, all right, and then defensive back Montre Hartage, all right. Now, they also have their practice squad complete, right? You're allowed 16, okay? It was 12 before COVID, okay? But now with the COVID and all, last year went up to 16 players, okay? So they're allowed 16, but with my man, Sandro Platzkummer, all right? He's an exemption. So the Giants are allowed to have 17 as long as he's one of them, okay? The one thing is, I think, if I read correctly, Sandro Platzkummer, I just love saying that name. I don't think he's allowed to be, if he didn't make the final 53, I don't think, because he's an exception to the practice squad, I don't think he can be called up to the team at all. So I think he's got to ride out the rest of the season on the practice squad. But you know what I saw, which hey, sign me up. If you're on the practice squad and you have 2 years or less of accrued NFL experience, you get I think it was like $9,200 a week to be on the practice squad. It's like, whew, wow, that ain't too bad. If you have more than 2 years of accrued NFL experience, it was $14,000 a week. I mean, that's what, 56 grand a month to be on the practice squad? Not too bad. I mean, you figure what, just say it's 4 months long this season. I mean, $224,000 to be on the practice squad, almost $250,000 to be on the practice squad. Sign me up, brother. I like that. Anyway, their practice squad. All right, I'm gonna go over this. The 17. All right. Let's see. Jackson Barton. Okay, the other offensive tackle that we have. Okay. We got wide receiver Matt Cole, which I'm good to see. I'm very happy to see him on there. Trent Harris, who had a good preseason. I'm very happy to see he's on there. Jake Houseman, the tight end. Wooly Henry, the defensive tackle. Nick Lalos, defensive end. Brian Lewerke, the quarterback. Okay, I'm glad we held on to him. David Moa, the defensive tackle. He had a good practice preseason too. So I'm glad we got him on there. That's really, really good. We've got Chris Mayorak, all right, from tight end. Jordan Peters, defensive back. Dante Pettis, the wide receiver. Sandro Platzkummer, a running back, okay? He's from the International Player Pathway Program, all right? So he's basically a roster exemption, right? David Sills, wide receiver, okay? That's good, very, very good. In case we get thin on the wide receiving courts, you plug him in. Won't get much from him from the special teams, but if you need, he knows his second year under Jason Garrett's offense, so he knows the offense like the back of his hand. So if we need a wide receiver, we can count on David Sills, all right? Then you got Matt Skura, all right, the offensive lineman, all right, which we just got. Kenny Wiggins, offensive lineman. Then we got Damian Willis, okay, wide receiver. And then I just saw this, Dexter Williams, a running back. Now I want to just read this real fast. All right, the final spot went to former Green Bay Packer running back Dexter Williams. The 5'11", 212-pound Williams was a 6th-round selection by Green Bay in 2019. Over 2 seasons, he has played in 7 games. He has 7 carries, all right, for 19 yards. So I don't know why we have him and not Corey Clement. I don't know. Who knows? But one thing you do know is that the 17 names I raffled off right there may not be the 17 names on the list tomorrow. And the 53 guys on the roster today may not be the 53 guys on. tune in tomorrow. As I said, it's like as the Giants turn, we'll see. See who comes and who goes. But I mean, as I said, you miss a day, you miss a lot. So there's going to be a lot more going on today, and I'll be there to report it, guys. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants! Woo!